video on House of Machismo podcast. It's House of Machismo. Welcome back to House of Machismo.
As I said, welcome back to the House of Machismo podcast. Yeah, I have Pretty Boy Dan.
Yay.
I have Just Albert.
I'm back.
Hey, look over there. There's K-Rod.
Hey, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it.
And we have Professor Sauce in the house today.
Hello, my constituents.
Yes,
Oh,
Professor Sauce in the House of Machismo podcast. He is our resident expert on a certain subject that we're going to talk about today that people have learned that Marty really doesn't know a whole lot about. I really don't know a whole lot about this subject, and I think it shows, right? Like marijuana, a joint, pot, whatever it is you want to call
The
it.
devil's lettuce.
Yes, of course.
Jazz cabbage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mary Jane?
I have no idea what any of this stuff is, how it works, or anything like that.
I don't like salads.
And Sauce is here to educate me on the subject.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right.
I would like to be a fountain of resource if I can.
Yes, of course. I understand
And
Professor Sauce. And we must address him as Professor Sauce while he's here.
Well, hello, Professor Sauce.
Professor. Hey, Daddy.
Hey, the lab coat's on.
Yeah.
Professor Sauce, out of respect, please.
Of course.
Sir.
Yes, Daddy.
Now we just need to get him some thick, nerdy glasses. Oh, no, you have them. Okay,
Oh.
Damn.
Damn.
good. All right.
He burned you on that one.
Check. Although I understand you have a permanent marker and not an actual pen, but that's okay.
I was just handed this.
Yes, of course. And do you have a prescription pad? Maybe for later?
I do not. I was actually going to bring some apparatuses.
Yes.
But I wasn't sure about bringing them into the house.
Or do they smell?
I was going to clean them.
Oh, okay. That would have been fine. I mean, police don't live here.
But
You know?
that's one of my things. Like if I have product on me,
Yeah.
I don't want to come up in somebody's house with it, or in some
Just
building.
their driveway.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
some people are like, "What are you doing weed in my house?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
people,
I have a cocaine in
Yeah,
here.
Have you come across that before?
no, not really. Like,
They're not like, hey, what the fuck are you doing with weed in my
Yeah,
house? It's
but-
like, Mom, I told you I was bringing it over.
yeah, people.
It's
are
oregano.
There's still people that think that marijuana is
It's a gateway drug,
Yeah,
damn
they
it.
think it's bad. They still think it's reefer madness.
Thank you, Nancy Reagan.
We all knew what Nancy was
K-
doing in the parking lot.
just when I
K-Rod,
touched the-
who's Nancy Reagan?
Huh?
Who's Nancy Reagan?
Ronald Reagan's wife.
And what was she famous for?
Sucking dick.
She actually was.
She actually was.
Really? She did. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
not.
She was
There
also
was
a
a-
proponent of the
So it was-
Library of Congress, I think, too.
Was this before Monica?
Yeah, this was because Ronald Reagan was an actor, and she was like in those circles too. She was blowing a lot of actors back in like the 40s.
See, I almost had it right. No?
She was known
It hasn't
for that,
been
bro.
substantiated, but anyway. All right, so tell me about what is pot?
How do you make it?
Okay, let me ask you this. How do you make it? You grow it, damn it. Anyway, I know that.
Yeah, I'm like-
Okay, so if I wanted pot,
The way
is
he
that
says it
is
funny.
that how I would call it? If I wanted some, how would I approach someone and say, "Hey,
That's
You go
cute.
to somebody say one marijuana, please.
Uno más, por favor.
I would want the number 3 special."
Well, yeah, it depends. Okay, so
Okay.
if you want to go legally or not legally,
Want
I
some
don't know.
kush?
because
Okay, let's just say I'm going to a dispensary.
Okay, so let's say we're going to a dispensary.
Yes.
Usually everybody they hire at a dispensary has vast knowledge of what you need or what you're looking for. It's almost like
They just
can
look
kinda
dead on the inside, though.
They can kind of prescribe it to you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So like, okay, what are you feeling? What are your experiences that you're feeling? What do you want to use? What do you want to use this for? Because right now we all know
I want to
it's-
get high as fuck.
hell yeah. That's me.
Yeah. Whatever you have the strongest that can get me there quicker and get my clothes off, that'd be awesome.
So you look like you could be an indica guy, an indica. So there's
Indica.
strains. Yeah.
All right.
So there's
I heard something else.
oh.
Don't want to say it.
Again, you're listening to that other podcast.
So yeah, there's strains you can look at,
Yeah.
right? So indica is going to be like, you want something that's going to relax you, something that's going to something's going to take the edge off. It's going to help with your anxiety. It's going to help you sleep. It's going to help you with your appetite. Indica's always the way to go. And that's going to be like, your classic stoners guys. You're going to be like, oh,
Whoa, man.
Whoa, man. Yeah, stuff like that. Now there's
Talk like Keanu Reeves?
Yeah. Now there's sativa. Sativa is another strand, but this strand helps you to be productive.
Sativa.
You can be active. It helps you think. It helps your mind move, everything like that. And then, of course, there's in between, which is hybrid, which is a mix of both. I'm usually indica guy or hybrid. So
do they do that all there? Do they order it from manufacturers? Because, it's different types for different uses.
Correct. Yeah. So usually on dispensaries, like sometimes they grow it on their own. Hand buds, they hand clip the buds, everything like that, cultivate it, everything to bring it farm to table, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of dispensaries work. Now they're getting to where they're doing more shipping out towards dispensaries, and it's getting traveled over more, and somebody can have a strand in certain stores and everything like that. But for more anything, it's all still produced naturally. There's not really anything as far as like processing stuff like that. You're actually going to get good marijuana still. I'm pretty sure once it becomes legal federally, I'm pretty sure it's going to get diluted some. I'm pretty sure Philip Morris is going to jump in. The cigarette company,
and add all their shit to it.
A pack of Marlboros that are marijuana Marlboros or something. Yeah. I think it's gonna turn that way in maybe 20 years if it does go. But there's also other moguls that are actually probably be bigger than Philip Morris in the marijuana industry that might have more control over that, which I hope it stays that way.
Okay, if one day someone tells you, "Hey, don't smoke anymore," or at least don't smoke for a month, are you able to do that?
Absolutely.
So you can just say, no. Okay.
I'll be in a bad mood some days, but
Yeah. And then should people who smoke, should they operate heavy machinery? I just want to get opinions on stuff like that.
I definitely can operate heavy machinery, but that just depends on the
Right.
Yeah, that just depends on the purpose.
Talking about his penis.
Well, because I know that, like even in the streets, like people going 40 miles an hour, I could smell it right out of their cars, like standing right on the street.
Guilty.
And it's like, whoa. But also, I've been around people that actually have been high who either A, are still smoking, or B, had just finished smoking. And I'm all like, you really shouldn't be driving right now.
Right. There's some people that, like, I can do it because I can process it, and I feel like I can function normally.
Yeah.
And that's what helps me a lot. So, yeah, I'm pretty much high all day.
So everybody should just govern themselves.
Yeah, I think there's like in Colorado, like you go to Colorado, there's signs they're saying like, this is going to be the same as drinking and driving. You know, they give those warning signs and everything like that because there is a lot of accidents due to like people not paying attention. Of course, it's on your own discretion. It's not
right because we have DUIs here in Texas.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I've never gotten pulled over for, hey,
you're not sharing, bro.
Yeah. Stuff like that. But as far as like if I need to take a break or anything like that, I'm totally cool with that. I've never been like where it's been addictive for me. Yeah. But I can stop if I need to. But yeah, if I pick it back up, I just pick it back up. And now it's just gotten more of just like there's sometimes I'll come in here and it's like I won't smoke in the morning before I come here sometimes. Yeah. And I'll be like,
and other times you're looking at the LED lights on the wall.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's sometimes where I come in here and I'm just like really, really quiet at first until I get warmed up. And it's because I'm not high. Yeah. But if I come in, I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Let's go, it kind of just helps me like get through the day. Yeah. It's kind of weird how it works for me, but it really, when I started smoking again, I took this break. Like I quit smoking in high school and then kind of took this break.
God, that's like the wrong time. That's where everybody starts.
Yeah. And then I didn't really pick it back up till I was like 35 because I was experiencing like major back problems and I couldn't walk or anything like that. And I've been a guy that's never been on painkillers. I don't like taking ibuprofen. I don't take painkillers.
Yeah. Fuck that. I take all of that. Yeah, I'm like, I don't make this pain go away.
My body is very like, it reacts really bad to painkillers and stuff like that. And then somebody's like, let's just start smoking weed. And I'm like, yes, I heard, but but you haven't smoked since like 97.
If you imagine like Rob, absolutely no beard, like a fade haircut and a suit and all that. He's like, dude, just start smoking weed. He's like, I don't know about that. And then boom.
Exactly.
A wrestler.
Yeah.
So, you had this gap like I hadn't smoked since 97. So in 97, we're smoking like dirt, corn, Reggie.
Yeah.
Dro at the highest.
Yeah, it's it looks like literal like dirt you get from the ground. We're smoking this out of a soda can. Poking the holes in the soda can and everything like that. And then you come back in 35 where the technology and the botany has been created and it's so internalized and
You learned about trichomes.
yeah, trichomes and all this stuff. And then when you're 35,
What is a trichome?
trichome are these little crystals that are formed on the actual, like if you look at the actual bud of marijuana.
What is a bud of marijuana?
What is
that a unit,
marijuana?
So it's
a
like
unit of measurement?
Yeah, so it's like the flower, and it produces a bud.
Okay.
like a rosebud. So the leaves and everything. So the actual bud itself, that's what you're going to smoke. So on the leaves, if you
Shit, I'm over here doing it all wrong, smoking the leaves and all that. I'm all like, I got nothing.
Smoking the roots.
Yeah.
Just taking it right off the
Right.
tree.
Yeah.
Well, like the traditional like picture of a marijuana leaf like on a hat,
Yeah.
right? You don't smoke that part. You smoke the bud of that.
Oh,
So
okay.
why is that the picture?
I don't know. I think it's just the
Marketing.
universal picture of,
I mean, don't take it the wrong way. You put bud on a hat, people are gonna be like, "Is that
Yeah, yeah.
like green shit?"
So, but yeah, if you zoom in on the leaf
Mm-hmm.
or on the bud, you'll see little white crystals on the thing. And these are the trichomes. This is pretty much which holds most of the THC, which THC is what the psychoactive.
Now, are they actual crystals? Because that's not how I was taught how they form.
What do you mean? It looks crystallized.
Okay,
It
okay.
it appears.
So I don't want to misinform our audience because
I
if
try
they're
not
like
to
me,
misinform either. But yeah, so that contains most of the THC, which is the psychoactive element that gets you
THC.
high. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember what THC stands for though.
I forget.
do I.
It's
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. What does it stand for?
Don't you say really?
I know.
I forgot what it was.
so-
I'm pretty sure the H stands for hemp. Like,
no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
no, it doesn't. Oh,
No.
Dude, but it starts for,
Because even
starts for
then,
homo.
you have marijuana, which produces cannabis.
Yeah.
And then you have hemp, which produces this other. So most of the time, hemp doesn't have THC in it.
Oh,
The T is a
It's,
long word.
No, it's just THC
Trapezoid.
stands for tetrahydro cannabinol, something like
Cannabinoid.
that.
See, that's
Something
why
like
I don't
that.
know what
Yeah.
THC
No,
stands
I mean
for.
that's just that's a scientific word for it, but then
Right,
they
right.
just shorten it to THC because
Yeah,
it's a form. It's like a
Yeah.
formula in a way.
Right.
So yeah.
So, but yeah, personally,
They can't have someone who's high try to pronounce that, so they shorten it to THC. Whoa, dude!
But yeah, when I started smoking again, like my back problems started helping.
Yeah.
So this basically turned at first as a pain management thing. Then I did a lot of bouts with mental illness and stuff. So this really helped me a lot too. My therapist, like, I haven't missed a therapy appointment in like 7 years, and so my therapist is very pushing towards it. Like, yeah, this is great. Start using this. You don't need to use lithium. You don't need to use Zoloft. Any of these drugs. You're doing great with this, and you're managing it well. So, I just kind of made it into my lifestyle now. That mentally, everything's been helping. Everything's been doing this, and my whole goal is not to just be on like over-the-counter drugs or
Oh yeah.
prescription drugs or anything like that. So this is like the first step, and my next step is still now trying to
Heroin.
get into the. It's actually trying to get into mushrooms. I've kind of done a little bit of it.
Shrooms?
Yeah.
I guess
But
it is a gateway.
That's my next. That's my next step is to open
Well,
up. my
because
mind.
it's natural, and I use quotations because it's starting to get processed now. Unfortunately,
yeah. It's become legal in Colorado. And basically, it's just there's a lot of science to it. That
some of you.
you really, I got some in my fridge.
I like
But
portobello.
it reroutes and rewrites your brain waves pretty much when you start.
Does it really, Professor?
Yes, it does.
Wait, hold on. Because
not weed.
you smoke every day.
Yeah, just about every day. Yeah.
And it isn't okay, so it's not like medicine that you get immune to it and it's not gonna affect you anymore.
Sometimes I get a tolerance to some stuff, and then I'll take like a couple of days break, and then it just resets me right back, or 2 weeks or something like that. But other than that, I'm pretty set. Like I'll buy an ounce of it, which is
Who has smoked weed before?
yeah. Who has?
I have no idea.
What about edibles?
Oh, I love edibles,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I mean, I've done an edible.
So edibles, weed. You smoke weed?
I smoked weed, done edibles, done shrooms, I've done acid.
Technically, I haven't smoked weed. I smoked THC pen.
Okay, so you basically taking shot off of guys' asses, basically. Okay, so you've done everything. What about you?
Edibles.
Edibles.
I just like when they kick in out of nowhere.
Oh yeah. My first time I took an edible. Oh my god, dude.
What about you, Dan?
Oh man.
I did a THC pen, and then I've done some edibles, and
Do vapes count?
I mean,
never-
it's got
Vapes
THC.
count.
I've done the
so-
vape.
As is, I never done any of that.
Yeah.
I don't have any desire to do it.
Right.
I kind of changed my attitude on certain things. I don't like the way marijuana smells, like when they're smoking it or whatever.
That's a normal thing, though.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a big normal thing because
It's like
The vapes don't smell.
No,
You know?
vapes don't smell.
Yeah.
And then, of course, edibles, they
I'll-
don't sell either.
I will say this.
Well, no, you open it, it smells.
Yeah.
But when you eat it, then yeah.
Yeah, it goes away. I will say this:
Not in the gummies.
like my mom, she has like back pain and such,
Yeah, yeah.
and all that, and it also helps just like in general with sleep. That my mom rather just take an edible that I will go and buy in Colorado instead of me trying to go and buy off some dude who just fucking baked his own fucking Rice Krispies treat.
Yeah, because
Those homemade ones are good. Yeah.
But the thing is, here's the difference between a homemade one and then like the processed ones. That's why I
Yeah,
call
yeah.
them processed. You know for sure, like this has it.
This
Like,
is a dosage.
Yeah. Now this one on the other hand,
they eyeballed
Yeah,
it.
bro.
You don't know how much.
You don't know how much, and then here's the worst part. You don't know that if this one's gonna be a dud,
Or
you're gonna be,
the
or
most.
you're gonna be a freaking just
Yeah,
couch potato, just chilling.
The first time I did edibles, I was coming back from a trip from Colorado. We brought back edibles, and so with edibles, you can do it's fat soluble, right?
Yeah.
So if you eat something fatty before it, it bonds to those fat cells in your stomach, so that your high comes quicker, right? Fuck. So I did that, right? I did like a bag of chips and an avocado, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I took the edible. It was like a 200 milligram edible.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had.
And so they're always saying like, well, if it doesn't work in 2 hours, take another one.
yeah.
Right.
You made a mistake, didn't you?
And so it got to where it's late. It's like, oh, I gotta work the next morning. I'm not gonna take another edible, so I'm just gonna go to sleep. So I woke up the next morning and I got dressed for work, and then this is when I lived in Irving, and so I'm going to Irving to Richardson, and then right about 7:30 in the morning on 635, 12 hours later, the edible hits me.
I just already know how this story's gonna
Edible
go.
hits me on 635. All right. And then, next thing you know, like 635, I'm going 30 miles an hour, trying not to drive. Trying not to die, pretty much. And it was just like, oh my God.
Shit.
And then the rest of the day was just me at work, just trying not to die. It was it was my first time. And then after that, it was like, okay, I'll get handle
Yeah.
it.
911. What's your emergency? Yes, I have this guy who's like going 70 miles an hour, but he's not driving on the side of 635.
He's running.
He's like in the grass.
He's running down 635. He doesn't have any clothes on. Yeah, well, excuse me, ma'am. Yes, he has no clothes on. And he's screaming, "I'm gonna get you, brother," over and over again. Yes, I think he might be a problem.
For some reason, he has 3 legs.
Let's get into the seedy part of it, the legal part
Okay.
of like if you're gonna buy some.
Okay.
Like what does one do? What do they say? If I were to walk up to you and say, "Yes, my good man,
I got 5.
I
on
need
it.
to buy some marijuana,"
Mary Jane.
are you the person who I talk to? And then slip you a 20?
Don't throw him under the bus in front of everybody.
Here's the thing, like everybody
Yeah.
knows somebody.
I don't know anybody.
But I bet you can walk to somebody probably like you can go one every 5.
I don't trust you guys. Anyway,
You can probably
go to the
go
prostitute
one
on
every
Mary
5
Hines.
people. Like you can go in a random building,
Uh-huh.
or you can just be in a busy place. One every 5 people will know somewhere you can buy weed.
so I can literally just walk up to someone and say, "Hey, I need to buy some weed. I'm not a cop, but I need to buy some weed."
You probably could because people are cool about it.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like when I moved here and
Yeah.
everything. I had no connections or anything like that. And
You're like holding a sign saying "Need to buy weed."
one marijuana.
Yeah.
Marijuana. But yeah, you end up
Finding
running
my
into
plug.
people. You run into people. Hey man, you know about some weed? So the plug I got right now, my plug or the guy that buys from me.
You're
So
a
it's like-
dealer. You're a dealer.
So it's a guy. We almost there. We almost got it. So it's a guy.
But I've had him for like 4 years now, and I don't go anybody.
That's a
else.
relationship.
Yeah, it is, and it's
like your barber.
It's cool. But yeah, he was actually a referral from a friend, and it just kind of turned.
Wow.
It kind of turned into like my friend was like, "Hey, this dude's cool.
You had
Let him buy whatever he wants."
You had an awesome Yelp review.
Yeah.
So
He said refer.
Gets the good weed. from
referrals.
California.
Yeah.
Wait,
I had
hold
another.
on. It's been he was your referral, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you've been 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
on your job applications, do you put him as a referral?
I should. Well, I don't know his real name, so it's just like.
Now that is a relationship.
Yeah, that's
his name is Dungeon,
Well,
and
it's
he.
funny.
I have his email. Do you have his email at least?
The first 2 years I lived here, I had one guy that I bought from, and it was like I had him. I don't know his real name. I had his face. I had him on as a Facebook friend, and when I wanted some, I just messaged him on Facebook. Hey, I need this much. All right, cool. It'll be there at 3:00, and he gave me an address, and I just go to his house, and it's in the mailbox. And I just get the mailbox, put the cash in, and go. Never met him.
That sounds a little shady for me.
No, I feel like when he first did it, I don't know why, that you met the person. Hi, Sauce, no names.
Well, I never met the guy either.
No, but like the
Yeah,
first.
No. Hey, K-Rod, no, get it? Sauce, he's gonna be like, plug.
But yeah, I mean, once you get somebody like comfortable with, like, because it kind of sucks. I wish it was legal here, that just so I don't have to like sit in a parking lot and wait for a dude to come in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It makes you feel like you're doing something wrong and awful.
every time.
You
And
are.
there's always been weird
According
things.
to Texas.
Yeah.
There's always been weird things too, because it's just like my guy, he trusts me.
Yeah.
Now so he'll get to be like, well, I'm at work, but I'll leave it in my car. And I'll go and
Nah,
Get out of
but
the call.
that's normal. That is actually very normal now.
Or like
I
there's
know.
sometimes like just go to my apartment. There's a light pole. You'll see like a brown bag by the light pole. Like it just sitting there.
I'd be so paranoid. I would be so paranoid. I would tell you, all right, I'm at work, but over by the light pole by my house, there's a dead
yeah.
rat. I carved out the dead rat. It's in there in a plastic bag.
God damn.
You know?
He's
Yeah,
got some
yeah.
cartel
There's
shit
a
going
human-
on.
There's sometimes that.
Dead body,
Yeah.
open the belly, it's in there.
So sometimes you
know.
got to go through hoops. You got to
Yeah.
go through hoops, but he's got a good product. He gets it from California.
Yeah.
It's not like
What's his plug in California?
I don't know.
almost- we're
Man.
almost-
Yeah,
we're
but
almost
yeah,
catching
he
up.
brings in some other stuff, but I really like this guy, but yeah, you got to go through some. Like, I wish it was legal where I can just go down.
That'd
to
be
a
funny.
store.
Okay, well,
That'd be
go
funny.
and
He's
vote for
listening
it.
to- he's
Damn
listen-
it.
I
He's
did
listening to
vote
the
for
show.
Now I understand. Like you were like you posted a thing in the group chat with decriminalization.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so
Well, just in Dallas.
right, that's just in doubt. And I think it's been like that for a while.
Yeah, it has.
Well, they've been kind of like, you know what? We're not gonna
Yeah.
we're not gonna bend over backwards for certain things. You know,
Right,
so.
which I think is a good first step because they were putting way too many people in jail for like
well, yeah.
for like 2 joints.
Say,
but if they're gonna sell it with the intention of selling because the amount,
Yeah.
because a certain amount, you're like, you're
But-
not gonna smoke that
so-
unless you're saving it up for a rainy day,
Unless you're sauce.
or you went to their version of Sam's for marijuana.
well, here's the thing that actually really
Oh, that's
goes
a good
down
idea.
now. Well, that's what really goes down. It's like, let's say Sauce bought an eighth.
Yeah.
And he gets pulled over. The cop's gonna be like, all right, you're gonna distribute this. And he's like, no, I actually bought it. And he's like, nah, either give us the person you bought it from, or we're gonna hit you as a drug dealer. We're gonna put you in.
It's to distribute it and all that
Yeah.
shit.
Even though like you have no baggies,
Yeah,
you
it
have
sucks.
no scale.
Well, he
like-
hadn't bought it yet, and
Well,
the
no, no,
scale's
no.
at home.
Well, we say when he says an eighth, it's like an eighth of an ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he already bought a giant size, but the thing is when the cop pulled him over, they're like, all right, cool, you're selling. And he's like, no, I actually just bought it.
Look at me. I need that.
They can just look at Sauce and realize, no, he's gonna smoke all this.
But I've never been in an
Fake
incident
beans.
where I've gotten pulled over or something, and I've had had stuff in the car, and I've never had any kind of incidents or anything. But like I drive regular, like
Yeah.
I don't try to draw attention to myself. or
You
anything.
think you drive regular?
Yeah,
going 30 on
Have you guys
635.
ever seen that Family Guy episode where Lois and Griffin are Lois and Peter
Peter.
are
Drunk?
are smoking pot? They're getting high, but they're performing these folk songs.
Oh, and they're naked?
Yeah, they're like fucking hitting. Yeah, I think so.
I was going more Leonardo DiCaprio on The Wolf of Wall Street.
Looks that ass, and the ass goes ass or whatever.
But also, I'm confident enough. I'm not fucking leaving in Dallas that really people don't pay attention to what you're doing. So
Yeah.
I can openly like smoke in my car and like
You're openly-
smoke
you're-
it,
you're
smoke it
openly?
in my car if I drive or something like that. Which I don't feel like there's any fear for that.
Yeah.
But I still don't carry a lot on me if I do bring it with me.
Yeah.
So
That's a smart move.
yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up because we got some stuff that we really need
Oh,
to get
yeah.
to and all that. But that was awesome. You educated me, Professor Sauce.
Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Be sure to like our Facebook page and follow us on Instagram. You can also find us on our YouTube channel and TikTok.